What up? Yo, yo, yo. All right. So here's Spy. Let's go back to how we started out today on this gap up. It wasn't a big gap up, it was a bigger gap up on other names, but we were here Friday. We gapped up, right? Because we closed here. So we were above this 50926. I was like, we're in calls above 50926. That's it. So we got these dips, right? We went here, and I was like, this is the first 5 minutes, 10 minutes. We're already losing this blue line. For me to go long there, I need this. I need to go here, here, and retest, right? And then I'm in here. That's for me to go long. None of that happened, so I was never long from that level. Now, you could have done puts from there for sure. I was leaning long because things like Tesla were gapping up. All right, Tesla had a massive gap up here, as we can see. So it was really tough for my mind to think short, but it was pinched here. Let's go to the daily so I can show you what's going on, or the 65 minute, I guess. We're under this 200 EMA, that's why it's red, but check it out. This changed, right? Friday, here, because there was Google and Microsoft earnings, something like that. I know it was Google. So we faded here. We made this like all day long falling wedge. So it was like all day long. See the white that I'm making right here? So that was Friday. And I was like, all right, well, we need to stay above this 500, whatever. We actually went below it. We actually went way below it, but we quickly wicked up above this 498, which has been a big level here, because that's where we busted out of this wedge, okay? So we have this falling wedge, and then we busted above it. So these 2 points become a major spot that we need to stay above. If we get low, we have to stay below this right here, okay? So we got above that. Earnings was good to us. It helps when Google has a dividend. That's like incredible news. They either started a dividend or increased it. I don't remember, but I'm pretty sure they started a dividend. If it's wrong, don't care. All I know is it's crazy bullish. So, excuse me. So now we have SPY. I just showed you guys this uptrend that was happening, right? Let me back out and show you one more time. I didn't really focus on it enough. Okay, so now we have this uptrend. We're going like this, right? We're going boom, 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 boom. Okay? So we're in this. We're still in the upper part. Right now, we have time for it to drop here. And I thought we might drop all the way down here today. Like, why not, you know? But we're still going to get a bounce. I don't know how big the bounce is, but we played the bounce various times today. And as day traders, we only care about what's going to happen in like the next 15 minutes to hour. Okay? So if you... Sorry for moving the screen a lot today. Okay, there we go. So we opened up here and started this falling wedge into the blue line. Okay, as soon as we rejected here, we rejected the blue line and the top of the channel that I just showed you guys. That's the top of the channel. So we lost it here. We went from 510.60 to 509. That's like over 100% on puts probably. I don't know. It's early in the morning, so maybe not. It's only $1. Later in the day, that would have been easy 100. But from here, I was like, I'm in calls until we get these pre-market levels. See where pre-market we swung down? So that's a pre-market level. That's the first. And it's halfway from the top of the wedge to the bottom. So it's about here, halfway. I cut my first. We got in twice, actually. We got in here. I was out. We got in here again. Same play. Just replicated it. Usually the second move is bigger. That wasn't the case here. The first move was big, probably because it was morning open. But we got above this first spot. See how we rejected and came down? So we go here. We rejected that. This is our first target, right? Right there. Now it actually went above, and this actually went below. This is the W pattern that happened on NVIDIA Friday. So yeah, I don't know what's going to happen. So I'm going to take my profits right here. So I took profits on the first play there. The second one, I was already up from the first play, right? I was up a few $100, like $600 maybe. And so I held. And then I got out at VWAP, and then I got out of some runners right there. And I guided us the entire way through Invoice. I was pretty much done at that point. We came back down to here, VWAP, right? We're kind of chopping along. Yes, we went all the way down. Puts from here would have worked twice. And I heard somebody say in the chat they got into puts right when they heard me say I'm completely out of calls. That to them meant get into puts. So this was this chop box I made. It's kind of interesting how this was never... Look, we made this line here, and then we rejected it right there. I didn't even see that till right now. So this is the chop box that we were making because we went up, down, right? So after at 8:35, 2 hours in, we can't bust below or above this. So it's like, hey, I'm not taking a trade until we get above that. You could scalp it. You could keep scalping it all day long. We actually did lose it here on this like bear flag thing. I think there was some sort of data someone mentioned. So bear flags like to play to the downside. I'm trying to find the data right now. It was QRA. Instagram was down earlier. Reports of TOS not working. Let me see if I'm looking on our feed. QRA. Dude, why can't I find this? Here you go. Market calendar. At consumer confidence. What time is this at? 12. Oh, farm prices. No. I'm looking at Tuesdays. Okay, I don't know what QRA is. I'm going to Google it right now. QRA data. Quantitative risk assessment was at that time. So I'm not sure. We didn't have that on our market watch list, but it happened right then. I saw a couple of accounts posting it. So what my VWAP indicator does here, it's called 5 EMA VWAP. Comes up right here. 5 EMA VWAP by this guy, S Squad Rito. So when price action touches VWAP, VWAP gets like fatter. It gets this little like ribbon on it, okay? So that's helpful to me to know that it didn't even touch VWAP here. Obviously we flushed and lost this. Way too fast of a move to catch. What I would do, and I was not paying attention to the market at this point, but the candle bodies on the 5-minute chart never closed, the bodies never closed below the next blue line. All right, now this line was not there. I added this later. This was a sub line. The line was there as magenta. It was not there in blue. I made a magenta line from this level on my other chart right here. And it was actually a little lower. It was about here. And it was magenta. Okay, so I'm not taking credit as like, hey, I'm a genius. I totally did not. I had that as a line to watch from one day. So I have lines that are magenta or white or other colors. I've been going with magenta lately because I like my boy Flint Trades and his color scheme. As soon as this happened, I made this a blue line and I moved it up a little bit to the candle body. Okay, but my point is the candle body still never went under the magenta. All right, and this was a dodge zone as well. The gray is a dodge zone. So Dodge, from our chat, he makes these zones, and it's like you got to stay above, below them. They work just like any levels. SPY hasn't lost anything. As I started saying, we have this whole channel, right? So we could go down to here. Something like this. Let me move that, and then I'm gonna extend it to the right. There we go. So it's not messed up. So yeah, we can come all the way down here tomorrow, right? It'll probably be somewhere where his zone and this line come together, like right here. I'm going to put a little arrow right here and see. Right there. Let me see if I can. Here we go. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to make this trend line an alert. So crossing trend line once per bar. Okay, so now it's an alert. When price touches that, it's going to alert me. I'm going to do the same up here. Once per bar. Cool. So it's going to alert me if it goes below or above that. Don't know what will happen. This flash was kind of crazy though. Any of those, if I would have been like paying attention, I would have got calls for sure. I know it's easy to say that sitting here, but we bounced. Look, we rejected it here, and we've bounced on it every single time. So this is the pre-market thing I was watching. Let's look at this magenta line. See why I have it. Maybe I can get rid of it. Okay, so I have. I can't tell what that's for, so I'm gonna get rid of that line. Try to keep the charts clean. We are in a little bit of a rising price action. I hate how it does that. It moves my line when it's off of the extended. All right, so I'm gonna go like this. Excuse me. Yeah, we kind of have this rising action here. So now it's a little bit obvious that it's rising action because we're riding that top trend line, but it's just something to watch. So I'm going to leave it there for now. Let's go to Tesla, which had the biggest gap up ever. Let's see right here. Well, this was earnings. So this was a non-earnings gap up, and it's bigger because right here we're going from 168 to 190. It was at 190 at one point right there. This one was 145 to 60. That's $20. But 60 to 70, 89. I guess maybe it's about the same. But this one did grind a little higher past couple days. This was an inside bar. If you look on the daily, let me show you the daily. Extremely bullish setup right here. Look at this setup. Inside bar. Sorry, not inside bar. This is a long-legged doji that just vaulted up on Thursday. And then this. It's like mirror images of the two. But now it's in the upper half, right? It's in the upper half of this candle. Basically a bull flag. And then, obviously, we had huge news that took it past this last resistance, 178. The news was China full self-driving has been approved or something like that. So, pretty good news for Tesla. Let me just go over the Tesla trade. So, obviously, I was looking long Tesla because good catalyst. And if you hold the gap up, you're going to just have a gap and go. All right. So, excuse me. So, we have this. This is how it looked in the morning, okay? So, when market was about to open, it was like this. Okay? Now, we started to have this swing low area right there. Okay, these are all swing lows. It's where price comes down, and then it kind of catches support and goes back up. All right? The opposite of that is a swing high. Okay, here's a swing high. Right there. We swing low, we swing high, right? So I wanted to really see this area hold, and it really didn't. We got in, this was when market opened, we busted up, but we didn't get over pre-market high, which is extremely bearish. Okay, it's extremely bearish. Not extremely bearish for the month, but it's extremely bearish for the next half hour we're trading. Okay, so it's like, I need over this level, at minimum, this blue line. We rejected this area. We lost this one and rejected it. So we lost the second blue line below. So I was like, all right, we're probably going to play this short all the way to like the 200 EMA, something like that. But what started to happen is this. before that happened, before that, we had this micro bull flag, which it goes diamond back, right? I just showed you that on SPY. And then it's supposed to reject here and go down. As soon as it busts up, we were in calls for a very short period of time. I was in actually calls here. As soon as it tweezer bottomed off this line, I was like, I'm in calls. So we took calls from this 185 to like 188 for like 20%, 18%. And then I got into more calls here. I was like, all right, I'm in more calls because look, we're making a higher low. All right. Let's see if this did anything. Look, we never lost this trend line all day long. We went here, went up, came down. We never lost it. So I'm going to extend this to tomorrow, and I'm going to see if it comes into play. And I have to make it white too. I'll make it yellow. How about that? Because I don't want to confuse it with the other line. Oh, the other line's on SPY, but so what? Okay. So yeah, we just rode this up 130%. I literally got out right here. No, I got out right here. Sorry. I got out right here, and I was like, you know what? SPY's struggling. Like, SPY was under that level, right? So I was like, the market to me isn't going to go insane right now. So I missed this move. I missed the move from 9.6 to 9.8. Okay, but I caught the move from 8.5 to 9.6. So I'll take 11 points over, 2 more any day. Now, over here, we rejected this, we bear flagged and lost kind of this same spot. So this, to me, validated where I got out. Yes, I missed the last 10% of the move, which would have taken me from 130 to probably like 180 maybe. Another 50% maybe, the most, maybe 30. But I was like, all right, this is how I want to manage trades. I do not want to hold the hot potato all the way through. I want to be very safe. And so that was the Tesla trade. And Tesla, if you look at the daily, hasn't lost anything. It hasn't, this gap and go thing that's been going on since earnings is just repeating itself. I unless something changes, 200 is tomorrow for sure. Like, unless we just reject 194 and we're inside yesterday's or something. But like, the train has left the station, and as we see when I go to the 65-minute chart, this is just another bull flag. Like, look at this bull flag. It looks like a beautiful swing. I didn't swing anything. I'm not sitting here saying I swung, I'm a genius or anything like that. I took my money and ran. All right, I was in early. I took my money, like I said, right about here, this 196. And I'll do that every single day. All right. So we'll see what happens there. Let me put it back on the 5-minute. Kind of see what happens. Won't be surprised if we come here, open up and reject this, like with a double top, and then push up or something like that. Maybe even come down a little and be red before the next level up. These things usually need to breathe. When I say you need to breathe, I mean they have to like reset a little bit. You can't just like rock it. If you do, bears just short the living hell out of it because it has to come down, and they should. So, all right, that is it. Man, what a beautiful day. Each one of these SPY trades was like very profitable, and then Tesla, no matter where you got in, people were posting swings that they were up 500%. Just really cool. See you guys tomorrow. Bye.